What's up, guys? This is Diabora Disaster here. I have a new deck profile to put up. Well, I guess more of an updated deck profile. So, I finished my locals last night. Went 3 wins, no loss, 1 draw. Drew against a Dark Knight player. Not too much to say about it, honestly. Like, it was a matter of he just was slow playing the whole time, and me just being too nice. I just didn't say anything. And when I did say something at the end, he just took offense to it. So, you know, whatever. It's alright. But, we are going to be playing I'm going to be profiling a updated Beelstar list. With the current meta as it is, right before the ban list, which I'm going to do a separate video about the ban list and my thoughts on it and whatnot, after this. But I would definitely say this deck is very good right now, actually. Cleans up on hunters real good, and it's quite good against Beals. So, without further ado, here we go. Alright, so, you know, if you've played this deck before, this is the only Digi-Egg. Like, I, 1% thought about playing Pagumon, but, your hand bricks up pretty easily in this deck, because you play, I think you play a total of 20 cards that can just brick up easy, so you need this to thin out your hand. And sometimes you don't always get scatter mode off, so this is the easiest way to start trashing cards. So bread and butter is our 3 Beelstar. Damn, that player sucks. This is your bread and butter, straight up how you play the deck, especially in the long game. Now this deck does have a little bit of way to play in the early game. And honestly, that early game is the reason why this deck did well. But the rest of your top end, you got 2 of the starter deck Beelstar. This card's pretty decent. It increases the count for your Beelstar, as well as gives you a decent mid-game bomb you can just drop. Also in the late game, this next to Beelstar with Nailbone and stuff, you can just get so much pressure in one turn. I've OTK'd someone once with this, just because I had these and 3 Beelstars. We're playing 1 Zord Defeat. This card came up quite a bit. Last week I played it in our 2-deck tournament, and it flipped in my first security. That was pretty nutty. But this card also just helps pop Tamers against Hunter and Cross, and honestly, that was its biggest job. Last night, my guy had a slow start, and I swung at their dude, sent it under their Tamer, and then just popped the Tamer. He's like, bro, and I'm like, yeah. We're playing 2 Death X. This card's pretty crazy right now. Without Beals being everywhere, this card just does so much. And Hunter hates seeing this card. Bloomlord hates seeing this card. Anything Tamer eccentric hates seeing this card. And it's often very hard to remove too. So the moment it sticks, and they just lose. Now for our draw engine, that is our Eyes on Scatter mode. 1 Porcupine, 1 Vilemon. These are just blockers to play off Nailbone, but this one actually does something. And then 2 Promote, so that way you have your your finisher. And it's just there's a few times where I've actually just Digivolved into this on top of this after playing it, and it just swung. They're like, oh crap, more damage. And then the rest of our draw engine is the Gabu. If you know anything about just playing purple after BT7, it's Eismon, Gabu, and Demimera, and you just draw 6 cards and discard 4. It's quite good. Then we're playing 4 BT2 Imp. This is our early game pressure. Sometimes it just gets Digivolved on top of. You don't care too much, but with its 1K, it's got I think it's a 90-something% chance of it dying in security, and that kind of is important when we need to get down to our options. We're playing 3 BT6 Imp. This guy is insanely good with the ST14 Beelstar. So if it wasn't already important to play because you're playing Beelstar, you just cheat these in and just start swapping cards in your hand out for Beelstars, and then eventually your hand you just drop 7 Digimon at once and they just lose. Last rookie we're playing is Agazi. This could be Psychmon, this could be another imp. This could be a lot of things. It's just a flex spot, and I built this back when Beels was a thing, and the idea was that you just keep rezzing this against Beels so their Death Slingers and stuff don't activate, so it's aight. And now the reason why I like this deck so much is it does not play any Tamers right now, so that way Superior Mode does nothing to you, pretty much. You don't give them like any wiggle room to throw your stuff around. We're playing instead for Miss Mem Boost. This card is amazing going first, even better going second, but like any game I saw this in my opening hand, I won usually. Because it helps drop Death X for cheap, it helps play options for cheap, you can use it to choke people at one, like to play one, like you use one and then play another one. And then we have 4 Darkness Wave. This is the other good card going first, because you can just Digivolve into your back and then just play this, put them at 1. You force them to put you at like 2 or 3, and then you just keep choking them with Mist Mem Boost until you start like just ripping their board apart. Last other option before we get into our 7 drops is Calling. I thought about adding a Deathclaw to this, so that way I'd have another way to proc my Scatter Mode if it didn't die in Security. Since in a lot of matchups it just doesn't. It'll usually just hit Tamers, and it's kind of annoying. Also, 4K is a little big when considering the best decks have a lot of weak Digimon. Now, the other reason to play this deck is Rivals Barrage. If you've already played against Beels a million times, you know how good this card is. In this deck, it's even better, because it is a 7-drop. And unlike Fly Bullet, this hits Quartzmon, which is one of your worst things in the world to have dropped on you, and it gets stuck. Like, because the deck has access to this now, it can actually pop 7s. And Quartzmon is like your worst nightmare, because your already simplified board gets stuck in place, you just lose. And they just sometimes just burn the rest of your security, since you're going at this basically the same pace as Hunters usually. And, you know, when it gets hit by your 8 cards that mill cards, you just sometimes get this card, and then, oh look, it's a free Death X or a free Beelstar later. We're playing 3 Fly Bullets, not 4, since this card is just IMO better right now, since you play this deck to rip boards apart, and usually I've noticed boards are in simplified states when they're against you, so Rivals Barrage usually does what you want Fly Bullet to do anyways. So it's just in here as basically more copies of Rivals. I'm playing 2 Nail Bones at the moment. I'm considering a 3rd, but the one-ofs are also really good. If anything, I might take out the Gazi for it. And then we're playing 1 Gewaltschwarmer, 1 Happy Bullet Showering, and 1 Trump Sword. The Schwarmer, I'm thinking about playing another, just so it'll show up more, but then it might get hit in Security and doesn't do anything, whereas I could just wait for Heaven's Judgment to come out, and that card is insane. Trump Sword is just another just conditional card, so is the Bullet Shower, since the Bullet Shower can get over stuff like Gatekeeper, whereas the Fly Bullet and the Rivals don't even touch Gatekeeper. So, and honestly, D-Reaper is a deck we need to really consider about being the Boogeyman again, since Beels is now almost entirely out of the format, at least from what everyone else is saying. Now, I'm not going to say that Beelstar or Beelzemon's gone, because, like, sure, it lost a little bit of speed, but it still does what it does, and if it makes it to the late game, you just die, because they have the best late game currently in the format. But yeah, that's the Beelstar deck. The tournament matchups were Dark Knight, which I drew against, Hunter, which I won 2-0, Hunter again, which I won 2-0, and then Green Gigi Quartz, which I went 2-1 against. Game 1, he was able to drop a Quartzmon against me, and eventually his board just got too big for me to deal with. And I think I just let the game go too far because I was trying too hard to make Beelstar live, whereas in that matchup, because they were going at a slow pace, you just need to just slam rookies and scatter modes and just punch and punch and punch and kill them. Game 3 in that matchup, I literally got him down to 2 security just by swinging with Impmons and stuff, And then I dropped a Death X for free and dropped a third rookie on the table when he was at 2 left, and he had no security bombs in his deck, so he just straight up lost. So that is, yeah, that is what we do. Like I said, I am going to do a video here soon after this regarding the ban list and my reactions to that, so we will talk about that. Also, regarding this deck, I am considering playing Millennium, just because of what it does in the Beals and the Hunter matchup, where it can just completely out a Beelzemon stack. It doesn't even let them get their Beelzemon back from the Balmon and gained effect. And against Hunter, you just send away their like anything on their board, and it's really hard to remove too. It's a 7, so they need all 4 Tamers in play, and even if they can remove it by destroying it, it just comes right back, and it's 13k body, which gets over everything in their deck minus Quartz. Same idea about playing it into Beals. They already got to remove it once, and then basically they need to double Rivals or have 30 in Trash with Deathslinger twice, or a combination of the two. He's really hard to remove twice, and 13k puts him higher than everything in Beals aside from Blast Mode and everything in Hunter minus Quartz. So I think he's actually worth considering. I might take out the Zort Defeat or the Ghazi for it, but the deck is going to literally change in a few weeks here, because we get Ruin Mode soon, and we get Heaven's Judgment either in EX4 or in BT13, I don't remember which. I think it's in EX4. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and look forward to the ban list discussion video. Talk to you later, guys. P.S. Shout out to my buddy's girlfriend for making this little guy. He perfectly fits right over the number of the memory on the playmat, so now he's staring into their souls while I'm playing. And no matter what I'm playing, our buddy can be with us. So, Diaboromon for the win.
If you enjoyed that video and want to see more, feel free to click on the most recent video link on the left side of the video, or just go to my channel link and check out all the awesome Digimon content I have for you there. While you're there, smash the subscribe button for me so we can keep the channel going. Also, more content on my TikTok about Digimon news, card releases, and just general rants about the card game, and the occasional random video. Don't forget to answer the question of the week at the bottom of this video, down in the comment section, and as always, have a diabolical day.